Welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Jason
and Kelly, or not Kelly.
Erik. You know that you're half dwarf, right?
I think
What if I'm
Erik,
the Brad Pitt of dwarf kind?
Kelly, his wife, fucked it a lot.
What's up, guys? It's Steve. I had hair when I was younger.
Like, watch this, guys. I'm gonna totally make them do it. Oh!
What's up, guys? It's Steve with App Gaming, and welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I am joined by
Erik?
Kelly.
And this week, we watched Red Dawn, directed by John Milius, written by Kevin Reynolds, starring Patrick Swayze, C. Thomas Howell, and Leah Thompson. IMDb synopsis: it is the dawn of World War III in the West Mountains of America. A group of teenagers band together to defend their town and their country from invading Soviet forces. So what'd you guys think?
Well, that's the first time I've ever seen that movie, and dang, I was not expecting a lot of that for some reason.
Yeah, I forgot that it was a hell of a lot darker than I thought it was, than I remembered for some reason.
Like right off the bat,
too.
that kid in the
Yeah.
school got shot in the head. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah,
No way did that happen.
I forgot a lot of this movie. I'm watching it, I'm like, holy fuck. Oh yeah, okay. Oh wow, all right. And, it's the ending and all that stuff with the gunfight with the guy, and then just nothing's really resolved at the end, which I think is good. You know, not every movie has to have a fucking resolution at the end. You know, World War III is still happening. Shit's still going on apparently. So it's just a small little section.
World War III sucks ass,
Yeah.
and we don't want to fight it.
No.
And but we're probably gonna end up having a dick with it.
Yeah.
So there's that. Because people are stupid and they forget. Like that guy goes, why'd they do it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's like they forgot. And I feel like we're right about there right now.
We're at the cusp of forgetting.
Yeah, it's almost like we need to have a service member who lost an arm, that got shot off.
Yeah.
Like that a violent other guy got rid of his arm, right? And a guy who hates that and it's his right arm, if he's right-handed, all right?
Uh-huh.
And then every time the president's like, hey, I got an idea, let's get in a war. What this guy does is he does nothing but leg workouts. And he walks up and he drills the president in the nuts or in the twat, depending, and then is like, hey, how'd that feel? Oh, it fucking sucks.
And then
That's
goes
right,
and then
war
goes
sucks.
to Congress and does the same thing.
Yeah, just
All
kicks
them
all
assholes.
of them in the nuts. Line up, here we go, kicking you right in the crotch as hard as we can. And watch all of them drop to their knees and be like, okay, you guys still want to do this?
Yeah.
If you still want to do it, maybe it's serious. But I'm guessing that, however much money that Raytheon, R&D, the Rand Corporation, General Dynamics are all paying you probably isn't worth getting kicked in the nuts every day for the rest of the year. Every day, yeah. Every time a soldier dies, I'm drilling you guys in the nuts for the day. They're like, oh, shit. Well, now how do we keep him from dying? Well, just don't go to war. Oh, all right, damn it. But how do I get the money? Well, don't take the money, you prick.
Maybe you shouldn't be making all that money.
Yeah. Well, Steve, I mean, they come by it honestly. They just go to work and
sure.
they get the money.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a couple of people who make $250,000 a year, and after 8 years, they have $200 million.
Yeah.
Wait I'm not really good at math, but that doesn't seem right.
It's a little off.
Yeah. How does that work again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now what I really liked about this is whoever did a lot of the battles, I think did a good job of showing how annoying it is to deal with guerrillas.
Yeah.
Because, well, the one thing I think when I'm watching it, I always want to be like, what? Okay. Americans wouldn't just stay there. They wouldn't. Those people,
like staying in the city when they
For
take
sure.
it over. Yeah.
there would be nobody what would happen is there would end up being a fucking wall. They would try and build a wall to keep everybody in. See, what's funny is in America, we build walls to keep people out. And in the Soviet Union, they have, and I'm not joking.
Yeah, they walled off cities and stuff like that to keep people
it's
in.
actually called the Anti-Fascist Defense Wall. That's the name of the actual Berlin Wall, is the Anti-Fascist Wall, but it keeps people from going out. You know, they don't want you to fall into fascist hands.
Yeah.
Where you're free and can eat a hamburger and everything. That's terrible. Obesity.
Yeah, I feel like that, like towns like that definitely people wouldn't stick around. The major cities we know nowadays, definitely those people would just fucking do whatever if they hadn't already been bombed to shit. You know, for the most part, major cities are just, you know, the people that are living there aren't going to do anything to defend themselves for the most part. So
no.
Maybe the inner cities and stuff, they're going to do something, but you're not going to see.
Well, there would be gangs defending themselves.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, you're not going to see fucking, you know, San Francisco or something like that doing anything to help themselves.
What are you talking
if
about?
it even makes.
They would land in there, and the guy would go, "Wait, did somebody already conquer this?
Yeah.
Why is there guys shitting everywhere? What the hell is this?"
Yeah, I mean, it's just there wouldn't be anything doing. But a town in the middle of fucking the wilderness and stuff, those people are already leaving to to fucking defend like the rest, like these kids and stuff like that, or they'll die defending their properties and stuff like that. You know, something like that, and they'll take as many of these guys as much as they can. I think of it as like I just fucking forgot his name. Guy from Tremors. You know what I'm talking about.
Fred Ward?
Yeah.
Oh, Burt Gummer.
No, Burt. Yeah. I'm thinking of it like that kind of thing. You know, that fucker's gonna fucking bomb the fuck out of all these guys for as long as he can.
There's so many of those people running around the United States. I mean, there's so many of them,
and they're living out in these places because they don't want to be near these fucking cities and stuff like that. So even if they're not in that town, they got places out in the woods and in the mountains that they're staying and shit like that, and they're stocked up. So it's just it would be they'll take the fucking cities, but they're not taking the rest of the country. I don't see that happening.
Well,
without just bombing the fuck out of it.
Didn't invade the United States because there's a gun behind every blade of grass.
Yeah.
Which is true. And that's, I think, honestly, there's a little part of me that thinks that Americans having gun rights might actually be the thing that stops, like, tyranny from hitting the entire world.
It's a big deterrent from people coming after us.
Yeah. I mean, because the thing is, like, so like let's say that Britain starts to have like some real tyrant there, right? Well, Americans aren't just going to be like, well, that's fine. The general populace is going to be like, hey, knock that shit off. That's too much. And then because we all have guns and the people in charge here that don't want us to be like, get out of here, bro, with the guns, the whole thing, that's how it works. That's kind of why our forefathers said, hey, right to infringe shall not be, or, right to arms, bear arms should not be infringed. Now, I'm not really sure. I'm not an English expert, but I guess infringed is like a floating word or something. But thank God that we still have some.
Yeah.
Because, when I guess it'd be the Chinese at this point start floating down, there's a whole bunch of guys who'd be like, holy shit, it's duck season.
Well, because I think the remake, they ended up doing Korea for that remake. And I imagine the reason they did that is just the whole don't want to piss Chinese audiences off. And so, we can make money and shit like that. Because it definitely would have been Chinese forces in that new one. I think that might have been the original thing, too, with it. And they had to not do that because of like I said, don't want to piss those audiences off or those producers or those money people off. So
you don't want to kill your money situation. That'd be bad.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good movie though. The old one was, or the new one wasn't. So
imagine that.
It was pretty bad. So
I didn't see it.
Yeah,
you know why?
You don't need to.
I was like, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, you don't need to. Not very
If
good.
it isn't, you can tell right off the bat, like it. You know, if it doesn't have the correct bad guy, it's not going to be good.
Well, and
They've
so
already like given up.
yeah, and it's North Korea too, so it's like, and all it says, and as far as I remember, I don't think they even attack like this one's a fucking nationwide thing. Like they've invaded
Yeah.
the nation, and all that stuff. In the new one, I'm pretty sure it's just one fucking city or one town, in the new one, and that's it. It's like it's just like North Korea doing it, and I'm like, well, I don't feel like they would. For one city, you're not going to do shit anyways. You're going to take it, and it'll just be taken back if you take it. So, plus, we would know if North Korea was sending a fucking airplane. We would know if anybody was sending an airplane like that. We got defense shit like that, or for that. So, we have ways to tell what's
Yeah.
coming in. If we can track a fucking missile, we should be able to track an airplane coming through, right?
No shit.
So,
Well, I mean, that's that's what they do. The stupid movie people like come up with something new if you're not going to do it.
yeah.
I mean, what's great about this is it's got like, in my opinion, semi-realistic looking what do you call it? Ambushes,
Yeah.
and people die, and they definitely didn't glorify the war at
No.
all.
No.
And what's funny is it's not funny, but they did a good job showing, like at the very beginning of it, the one guy's like, well, let's turn ourselves in. And the other guy's like, I just want to go home. And you got to realize that there's been like thousands, probably millions of people that have been like at the beginning of a war and thought to themselves, I just want to go home. I just want this to stop.
Well, I mean, shit, there's nations right now that are in this situation and have been for years from, different, coups and shit like that where.
You mean the United States?
Yeah.
We're those guys right now.
Yes, we are.
Over in
Yeah.
countries. We've been there for 30 years and we're
Yeah.
like, kill the Wolverines.
Yeah, and these people are just like, I want to go fucking home. I'm tired of this.
Yeah,
but,
I'm tired of you guys parachuting in and shooting us. Quit
Yeah.
that. And you know what? We should be getting out of there. It's not our job to be the world police.
Yeah, we already watched that movie.
Yeah.
We already watched that movie, and it just had a lot of puppet sex, and that's about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that, I don't know. It's my brother was talking about the stuff that went on, and I was like, oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Because, you hope. Well, I guess what's kind of interesting is a lot of people will look at a government agency, and what they do is they think to themselves, like, these people are always trying their hardest, and they're always trying to do the right thing. And that seems to be kind of how, like, we're brought up to think. Like, the police are always trying to do the right thing, or the fire people are always trying to do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's what everybody's assumption is they're trying their best. That's not the case at all, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. I mean, I don't think there's the DMV might actually be the ones who are trying the hardest.
I don't know about that,
mean,
but all right.
I'm serious, though. You look at, like, there's nobody getting shot in the DMV, and the DMV isn't burning your house down.
Yeah.
They might be trying the hardest.
I'm gonna agree with Eric. I'm right there. Yeah.
I mean, the post. I guess the post office is probably that one. That one could be it. It certainly isn't anything else. They're
Yeah.
just like, hey, you know what? We get a crap load of money, and the more we fuck up, the more money we get.
Yeah. Yeah, and we gotta make sure we spend all this money, otherwise we won't get this much money next time.
Yeah.
We gotta have more problems too. That way we get more money next time.
Yep.
So we can never
Then-
solve
then
anything.
Then let's give ourselves a specter of something to blame all these problems on. That's not really anybody's fault. Like, well, there's buzzwords floating around for everything. Like with the
Yep.
cops, they say inequality or something. And then the fire people are like climate change. And the post office is like working hours or something. I don't know what they complain about. The DMV, they're out there with 1980s computers. in a hot office with some fat fuck like me yelling at him, and by God, I still get my registration. God bless those Americans.
Does the DMV have a
So-
union? I don't think they do. Like all those other ones
Oh.
you named have unions, but I don't think the DMV has a union.
Well, I mean, and the worst part is like, you look at like the base level guys, most of them I think are really trying. But there's this thing where like if you have a shitty guy at the top, it just kind of like he just shits on the heads of everybody else that's underneath him until you get down to the low guy. And the low guy are just like, man, this kind of sucks, but I'll try hard.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do. But all the top guys are just like, I don't like having shit on my head, so I'm going to throw it at everybody below me. Give me
Yeah.
money. Anyways, I love how they were shooting up those Russians and the Cubans
Yeah.
because communism sucks. And what they didn't show was the labor camp that would have started instantly.
Yeah, I don't feel like they would have shot everybody up. They would have used them all for, labor until they were used up. So
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then you've got the shitty ass mayor standing there like, well, yeah, these guys are all troublemakers. Yeah, I'm still in power. Ha ha ha. Piece of shit. So
Well, I mean, if North Korea landed in California, do you think Gavin Newsom would be any different?
no, not at all.
I mean,
He's gonna get on his glider and he's gonna ride around and fight Spider-Man.
yeah. He does look like the Vulture, doesn't he?
That's not Vulture, man. I'm talking about he
Oh,
looks
the
like
Green Goblin.
He looks like Norman
He
Osborn.
does look like Green Goblin.
That is full on
Oh
a
my
fucking Norman
God.
Osborn look, man.
I thought he looked like. I was like, he does kind of look like the Vulture, but the Vulture and Green Goblin will look a little bit alike. That's fucking.
Maybe the
funny.
new ones. If you look at old comic books, Vulture is an old man. He used his powers.
Oh, that's true.
He had a weird name because he really shouldn't have been called the Vulture because he used his power, or like he had equipment to fucking suck the life out of people, which is not what a Vulture does. So I don't know. I think they fixed the Vulture in the new movie where he's out there scavenging
Michael
and shit
Keaton
like
did a
that.
Great
Yeah,
job.
yeah, and he's out there scavenging stuff, and that's what he's supposed to be. That's what a Vulture does.
He's a fucking good actor.
He is.
I love that guy.
So,
it was a great movie.
But yeah, he looks like fucking Green Goblin. Like if they decide Green Goblin needs to come in any of these movies, I know just the guy.
Yeah, Jesus. And I loved how they did a good job in this, showing like what you're gonna deal with, like what you have to deal with in life sometimes, and the way to deal with it.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of nice to see that because there's like a really 180-degree message going out now that I don't think is all that accurate or helpful.
Yeah.
And this one here's like, hey man, suck it up. We got to deal with this problem. And then they go shoot some people and blow shit up, which is good. Sometimes you got to do that.
Something I saw or I found kind of interesting in this movie is like how badly the war must be going in the rest of the country, because the guy who crashes, the pilot, or whatever he was, he's basically just kind of given up. He's done. He crashes and he's like, well, I'm in the middle of the woods, I'm just going to stay. And they kind of convince him to help out with what they're doing. I don't think he's pretty reticent to help them in the beginning when he crashes, after he heals up and shit. So, and I feel like that kind of shows like it's not going great for everybody out there. So, because if he's willing to just fucking be done, granted he's crashed in the middle of fucking enemy territory, and I'm sure that's hard on people. So I'm not a soldier.
No shit.
I don't know. No clue. But it's just yeah. So like these kids are still fucking fighting and doing what they can, but there's only one left, right? Swayze's the only one left at the end of that.
Well, the girls, Leia Thompson and I can't remember that guy's name. They're still alive. They
Okay.
lived. That's who was narrating at the very end.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze definitely didn't make it much longer.
Yeah. No, he was fucked up. He was pretty much done.
But he for sure, well, fuck, man, that would be. I can't imagine like. Well, I'm lucky because I'd be the guy who got shot, and Robert would have to be carrying my fat ass out of there. So, whew, no skin off my ass because I'm not going to know about it after I'm dead.
I'd be a
But-
little afraid if Robert was out there fucking. If I was on the other side, I'd be like, no, there's something out here. I don't even know what. I don't think it's human, but there's something
Well,
out
if you-
here tearing people apart. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
If you want to see what Robert would do, there's a Venture Brothers episode where they decide to invade the Venture compound. And there's a scene where Brock Sampson is naked with his knife and he's stabbing these guys with guns with his knife. And he's like, I want to feel the kill. And I'm like, yeah, that's Robert. They're really going to regret that. Some
Yeah.
guy, like a team of people who kick his door in are going to have a real bad time. A real bad time. And he'll walk out of there with blood all over him and be like, that was fun.
Is this what we're doing now? All right.
I mean, you know, the funny thing is like his reflexes and everything, he's like so on the ball. At least he was when he was a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, my brother Dan snuck up behind him and swung a belt on him. And I mean, he made no sound until he made the grunt from swinging the belt. My brother turned around and caught his arm. Which is like, what the fuck? How the fuck? Because like me, I just get hit in the back of the head with the belt.
Yeah. Just got to take the hit and then go after
Well,
the person because
I have,
there
like,
ain't nothing
no-
else
you
you're
know.
gonna do.
No. Robert's like superhuman shit. Boom. He's like that Ozymandias guy on the fucking Watchmen.
Yeah.
You know, if there was ever somebody who said, yeah, I shot a bullet at Robert and he caught it, I don't really know if I doubt that. I mean, it'd be like it was a slow bullet, right? Like a subsonic round. The guy's like, yeah, oh, he totally did it. So, I mean that, you know, and well, I mean, it's just I think there's a shitload of those people running around, and they're scary.
Yeah.
That's Steve. Say hi, Steve. Oh, he's shy.
I stand.
So, anyways, I'm a big fan of this. I really liked the one thing that really bugged me was that last scene with the tanks, and I'm like, oh my god, this other guy's gonna shoot the hill where the tank is at and
Yeah.
blow all of them up.
Yeah.
How the hell? And then there's this thing. How in the fuck did you let a tank sneak up on you?
They're loud as fuck. They're not quiet.
Okay. So, I mean, I work out in the woods. You can hear machines coming from like miles away.
Yeah.
I mean, so far away. So, unless those tanks are like a lot quieter than you'd think, but still, you'd be able to keep over the ridge from them pretty easy. Unless they're sitting there having a bunch of shit to say, you know? They're having a big argument.
I feel like it's a little weird to hunt people with a fucking tank anyways. Like, wouldn't you be using because there besides technicals and shit like that with machine guns on the back of a pickup, but there's like machine gun vehicles and shit like that because a heavy round and stuff, it takes a little while to load. You got to try to hit somebody, and if you don't, granted, I guess the concussive blast is going to kill somebody if it gets close enough. So,
Well,
you know, and then you can get
mean-
anti-personnel rounds in the thing that shoot shrapnel everywhere, so you could do that too. Yeah.
well, in 1981, for sure, they had satellites. So what they do is they put their infrared satellite over the top and be like,
yeah,
oh, they're camping right here. Here's the coordinates. And then what would happen is they'd show up with like 15 tanks and just fuck them.
yeah,
Because, you know, unless they don't have 15 tanks. And then I was really, because I haven't seen this movie in forever. And I was like, oh man, this is where the Green Berets are going to drop in and just totally fuck up those choppers. And then that didn't happen.
yeah. It doesn't go the way you think it would. So,
And the nuts part is I played Ghost Recon and all that other stuff enough where I'm like, just shoot it with the 50 cal, it'll go down.
yeah. Playing
know?
GTA, you just gotta hit the pilot; it'll crash.
Yeah, well, I mean that does work.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of bulletproof glass they got, but you know, you whip out your 308 rifle and then just shoot the pilot.
Well, it was
Could you
apparently
imagine,
pretty. It
like-
was pretty armored because it took a fucking
Shit.
RPG to the side and didn't. It killed the guy inside, but apparently was still able to fly off. So, my thought was they just didn't have the money to fucking spend to blow the thing up.
For
So,
sure. I almost thought that I heard at some point that this movie, the Soviets actually loaned them out some of their helicopters and stuff, but I think that's wrong.
yeah,
But I would have sworn, oh, you know what it was? Is they had a crashed MiG, and I think they were led to use that for that one scene.
okay.
And that was it. Because I think those are our attack helicopters that we have.
I think so too.
Which, I mean, who's the asshole who's like, yeah, you can paint a Soviet star on them? That guy needs to get fucking pushed down a steep hill.
The guy who made a bunch of money letting them paint a Soviet star, and then that's who did it.
Oh yeah,
Remember, money.
general sellout.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
Well, that would suck though. What state were they in? I never caught that.
It just said Western Mountains. It didn't even say what state. I'm trying to find out where the filming location was. But yeah, I'm assuming, probably. Let's see. What do we got? We got Colorado, Idaho. Was it far enough? Was it far enough north? Probably. Got snow, so it had to be far enough north, right? So.
I mean, that shit's like -20 in fucking January, bro. Those kids
Yeah.
are gonna be fucked trying to
Yeah.
wander around in the 10 feet deep snow in the fucking mountains. That
Yeah.
shit's gonna be rough.
Yeah, so
You
probably Idaho, Montana, somewhere in there, I imagine. It's probably cold as
My
fuck.
question,
Well, it was cold as fuck because it says Patrick Swayze got fucking frostbite in this movie. So
yeah. Well, I
Well-
mean, how the hell did he keep everybody off of those girls?
I don't know. I feel like it was a lot of like everybody. These guys are all fucking just they have something else on their mind. Plus, the girls didn't seem like they were willing to get with anybody really. They were pretty protected of themselves. So like something happened to one of them.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, there's lots of stories about after you get in a life or death fight that
yeah.
you're like ready to do things. I think that's similar for both sexes. That's why I was like,
But I mean, in the end, it's just because I it's kind of a shitty explanation, but it's not that kind of movie. Is really what it is, I guess.
I definitely liked that because if they would have added a fucking romance in this,
Yeah,
I'd be like, what the fuck?
yeah. It didn't
You
need
know?
it. Didn't need it. It was good the way it was.
It's nuts though that they came out with this and it, I think it did pretty well, didn't it?
Let's see. Box office. Red Dawn. 4. Let us see.
So like their dad, Charlie Sheen and Patrick Swayze's dad, Harry Dean Stanton,
Uh-huh.
that guy was so badass. He's just like, avenge me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Their opening weekend was $8,230,000, and I can't read numbers that big. It's over 8 million. Sorry, I also
Yeah.
have a kid tugging on me. So the total gross was 38 million. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what
I don't
the
know if
budget
that's good
was
or
though.
not.
Well, I don't. It depends on what the budget is, really. Let's see if we got a budget anywhere.
so my brother would talk about like it's really, really hard to occupy places because of this kind of shit. And Americans are literally all, any of us who had any descendants here from those days are all sons and daughters of insurgents.
Yeah.
It's in our DNA. So It's like in the mountains I live, every man would be like, well, I guess I have to go do this thing. Fuck.
So budget was $17 million. It made quite a bit because usually you look
Awesome.
at like budget and then they you have the advertising shit on there and they still made more than that. So yeah, they did well. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
Anyway, so like, that would be a real rough go for anybody to actually occupy us.
Yeah. Well, and we're so
'Cause-
fucking vast. It would just be hard to spread enough people out, and do. I mean, you look at like Russia is huge, but they don't have a whole lot of people outside of the major, cities and stuff like that. It's very spread out. Where the United States, we do have some spread in places, but we still have a lot of fucking people in most areas. So it's like it would be pretty difficult to have enough to be able to spread your forces enough to be able to do anything to us, at least permanently. So
But it would not be a fun time for them.
no, and like we
It'd be
talked
like-
about, most of the area is going to be places like this fucking thing where they've got to fight a guerrilla fight, and it's going to be cost prohibitive. Unless you
Well,
just
and then
fucking
like
bomb everything. out.
I'll hunt them down and I'll do. It's like then the amount of ingenuity. Well, I don't think there's just not enough. Basically, what you'd need is a place that had an army that was about the same amount of people as would guerrilla fight here. And of course, like the thing is, I think if they showed up and figured out how to make the guerrillas have to move a lot, they would lose a lot of people because it'd be fatsos like me dying from heart attacks and shit. But then if they didn't get a handle on it or didn't do that right away, what would happen is I would eventually get into shape. And all the other fatsos would eventually get into shape.
We gotta get
And
him.
then
We gotta get him before all the fucking McDonald's wears
Yeah.
off.
You guys, we got to get them before the fucking Wendy's and all that stuff. Not even the Wendy's, all the basically where he's snorting frosting
Yeah.
before all that goes. And they're not going to have a good time with that. That's going to be a rough one. And even then we still have cars, like there's skidders. There's a lot of stuff that you could use to fight those kind of wars that those guys are going to be like, what the fuck is this thing?
Yeah.
And I think you could, I would rather that everybody just keeps their shit together and we just don't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
That would be the best. Like, hey, you stay on your side and just do your thing, and we'll stay over here and do our thing. Now, listen, I know as a country, we haven't really been doing that, but we'll try harder. Because, if we could just not world police it as much, I feel like people would be like, you know what, America's cool.
Yeah. Or at least we don't hate you as much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. But what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Dummy's got a dummy, so. And greedy's got a greedy. They just got to go be like, yeah, give me all the money. How do I get money? Oh, we got to blow up some people in another country for no reason. Give me that money.
Yeah.
300 million for a missile with a 1/3 failure rate seems legit. How many of them do you want? Oh, blank check. All right. I'm not even shitting you. That's actual numbers on some missiles that we buy
Yeah.
from a reputable company. It's a 1/3 fucking thing. Now, I don't know about you, but if I had 1/3 of my peanut butter that was bad, I'd be like, I'm never buying peanut butter from this motherfucker again. And they're like, no, $300 million missiles. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Keep them coming.
Once again, we talked about it, the fucking budgets, man. If they don't spend their budgets, they don't get to have. So how are they supposed to get their huge bonuses if they can't spend a bunch of that on shit that fails a third of the time?
Who the fuck are these? How the hell do these knuckleheads end up there?
They keep getting voted in, and nobody does anything about it.
Oh, I wish I had I could be one of these knuckleheads. Just
Yeah.
be like, yeah, hey, what do you guys want? Cool, I'll get it for you. You know, that'll be my fucking slogan. What do you want? That's cool. I'll get it for you. Vote for me. They're just like, wait a second. Where do you stand on that? Oh, where do you stand on it? That's what I stand for. America. Just keep it vague.
Oh man, Ricky! If Ricky was
What's
here,
your-
he would bring up a Family Guy joke where Lois is running for office and she just says very like generic shit just to get the crowds to cheer because it
what
doesn't
they
take very
do.
much. Yeah.
I mean, I listen to some like political YouTubers, and they have like people trying to run for campaigns and stuff, and this guy will ask them direct questions that you can't like double speak around, and oh my god, do they try?
Yeah.
Holy shit! And one of the times he tells this guy, he goes, "So could you actually not form your answer in the form of a question? I'd like to actually hear what your opinion about it." I mean, no idea.
He's all, but could you
know.
ask your question in the form of a statement so that I
Yeah, no
know what I'm
shit.
supposed to do?
Yeah, I need you to ask me a leading question. God,
These guys don't know anything.
who the hell is this guy? The next thing you know, he's going to ask me how much I beat my wife. What a prick.
Oh man.
It's just nuts how different this movie is than any movie you'd see nowadays.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, what the fuck? Because this movie I don't think it has any bad messages in it. People fucking die and that sucks. And then, when there's like an invading other country, you got to kill them. That's what you do. It's just part of life.
Yeah. Get rid of them.
Yeah. I mean,
This goes for everybody.
China invades, we're going to give it a go.
Yeah.
India invades, we're going to give it a go. Like Ethiopia invades, I'd be like, holy shit, these guys have an army that like, are you guys sure you don't want to just live here? Why not? But we'll shoot at you if you're going to be dicks. I don't care. Wouldn't that be weird? Some obscure countries just like, we're going to invade the United States.
They've just been building up this whole time.
Argentina's like, well, that's it. We're kicking your ass.
Coming for you.
Yeah. It's like, what? Liberia's like, you're fucking up the American dream. We're going to come bitch slap you and fix it.
Sounds
We're
like a
like,
fucking professional wrestling thing. Like these guys are just out there fucking doing wrestling promos. Like, we're gonna come up there, we're gonna fucking smack you down, we're gonna take the belt, and we're just gonna shit all over your fucking house. I don't know. I lost where I was going with it.
America.
You had a bit of an Irish accent there too, Snake.
I know. I was like, why would Liberia have a fucking Irish accent?
I'm waiting for you to bust out.
Oh man, in a little jig.
Yeah.
That was unintentional, so I don't know.
You didn't support Conor McGregor. Fuck you, we're
Yeah.
invading.
Oh man.
I'll kick your fucking ass for that.
Oh fuck. Yeah. Oh man. It's all fucking predetermined because all these assholes are Vince McMahon style, making money on the backside anyways. So
Oh yeah. Wouldn't that be nuts? Like North Korea gets the script for the next war, and he's like, "Wait, I win?
yeah. Wait,
Holy shit!
I gotta. Can
How
I get
does
the
this
clarification?
Yeah. Hey guys, did you send me the wrong fucking thing?" Putin's like, "No, we did not."
This is all part of that fucking reality show that we're on in South Park. So
Yeah. The aliens sent me the script. Holy shit!
oh man, this makes me think of the fucking Iron Sky movie. It's all the fucking
you.
alien guys and the lizard people.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the shitbag Nazis.
yep. Nazis on the moon, man.
The worst part is like there was, we had the World War II, and everybody wants to forget that like we sided with a shitbag country,
Yeah.
and they're just like, oh no, they're trying real hard over there, starving all those people. That's normal.
Yep.
Like there was a bunch of the Ukraine that was like, yeah, if you guys will feed us, come on in here. You can just have her because we're tired of starving from this revolution.
Yeah.
God, I hope we don't have one of those. That'll super suck. Could you imagine the dimwits that are in charge of the Cal Fire or the Forest Service or police in charge of getting food? We're all fucked.
Yeah.
Those people can't even send me back one check, for crying out loud. I'm like, hey, can I get a stimulus check? And they're like, no, we don't know where it's at. It's lost.
You don't exist.
Yeah. Or like my unemployment. You're not a person. We're pretty sure you're a fake person.
Yeah.
So you don't get anything. And I'd be like, but hey, I need food to eat, guy. And they're like, fake people don't need food. This is a really clever bot that is talking to me. And I'm just like, God damn it. Fuck. Now I have to figure out something else.
Yeah.
And with those, once you get to that system, it's like they come in and they're like, wait, why aren't you starving to death? You're hiding food.
Yeah.
Now we're going to shoot somebody.
They take it because you haven't spread it out to the rest of the community.
Yeah.
And when I say that, it's just take it to the palace or local municipality so that they can not spread it to the rest of the community.
Well, this is bad. I heard a story that in the Ukraine, after the Soviets decided to kill all the farmers who were really good at farming because they're rich, so what happened was they had not very good yields. So the whole deal was the farmers were supposed to be able to keep some. So that didn't work because there just wasn't enough. So they took all of it. So they'd have these big piles and it'd get loaded up. So the farmers would go out and they'd, in the middle of the night, and they'd gather up the remainders of the piles. And when they found out that that's what they were doing, they went back and got the rest of it and shot people.
Yeah.
And the people who were farming the food literally starved to death. They were eating their own kids.
Yeah.
That's why communism sucks ass. The end. You have to eat your own kid. It's bologna and cheese.
It's shitty.
We don't need that shit. Keep it the fuck away. We just need freedom, which is just where I take care of myself and you take care of yourself. And if you're too dumb to take care of yourself, find some dimwit who will take care of you, because there's all kinds of soft-hearted people who will do it. I mean, I see them on TV talking about it all the time. It's like, how many starving people does Leonardo DiCaprio take care of with his private jet? Probably so many, right?
A whole lot.
Well, I mean, they talk about, being caring and sharing and stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Isn't that hilarious? I think that shit's really funny. Like, they talk of all that stuff, but like, how come they don't just go find some poor families and give them some money and see what happens? Or give them a bunch of whatever, scholarships for their kids, anything,
Yeah.
show them how to do something, be an actor.
But what they can offer is their faces and their voices, and that's about it.
Yeah. That would be fucking funny, though. Steven Seagal just shows up to somebody's house. I'm going to give you some fucking food.
I'm going to tell you that what's going to happen is somebody needs to show up to Steven Seagal's house, because I don't think that motherfucker has much money. He's a fucking sheriff's deputy at this point.
Hey, kimonos are fucking expensive. Don't shit on this Seagal.
Has he done any movies in like recent times?
He's so fucking fat. How the hell is he supposed to do a movie?
Oh,
Nobody
man.
wants to watch that fat fuck get sweaty. Otherwise, they'd have me in front of the camera.
Oh,
I
man.
could go up there and have slap fights with people and be sweaty and squint my eyes and be like, "You're done, bitch." See, I'm Steven Seagal.
Just gotta kick a bunch of people.
Yeah.
He's in a movie in
Hi-ya.
2019, or a thing called Beyond the Law in 2019. I don't know what the fuck it was. And
That
it looks
sounds like a Seagal movie.
It's definitely a Seagal movie. He's up front being fat in his black suit with some glasses on and a shitty little goatee.
Why the fuck is he fat?
Oh, that movies with DMX in it too.
Didn't DMX die?
He did.
That's fucking sad. That poor son of a bitch.
You know.
I always wanted to have, if I ever get to be on something where I have intro music, I want to change his lyrics for X gonna give it to you to Eric's gonna give it to you, because that's pretty close.
That's Eric's intro music for fucking his WWE intro.
Hey, if they ever have a short man division, I can use it.
They definitely do, man. There's, you know, you'd fit in. It'd be all right. He's got a new movie, Tip of the Spear, in pre-production, and another one
that
called
sounds like a porno.
Yeah, and another one called Above the Law 2 in pre-production also. So.
Oh my god.
If Jason was here, he'd probably say that movie was about him.
Oh, definitely.
Not the last one, but your one.
Yeah,
before.
Tip of the Spear.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I starred and directed.
That's what.
Oh, man.
About one man's fight against a boulder trying to keep him down. Tip of the spear.
He's a reserve deputy chief in Louisiana. Oh man.
Fuck does that even mean?
Oh no. He's also he's a deputy sheriff in Hudspeth County, Texas, patrolling the Texas-Mexico border. Oh fuck.
Well,
Yeah.
yep, that's what people want to do, I guess. Yucky. I'm just happy I don't have to deal with any of that.
Yep.
You know, that's what's nice about living in a country where nobody in a suit tells you where you're going to go to work. Is like, you know what? If I really wanted to be like, I'm going to quit wasting my time doing one thing or the other, I could literally just go do something else. I could apply myself for once and then, I don't know, become a software engineer or something. I don't have the math skills for that, but that's just to, whatever. I could be an IT guy for sure. I know I could do that.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, oh, look at this guy. Oh, shit. Here he comes. Oh, God. Don't talk to him. Ah, fuck. Now I'm going to have to talk to this guy. God damn it. I'm the guy who would really annoy those guys. I'm the guy that upper management would be like, hey, if you don't get that back to work, I'm going to send that guy in here and he's going to talk at you for fucking 2 hours. And these software engineers are guys that, like my brother, that don't want some guy talking at him for 2 hours.
Yeah. Just want you to go the fuck away.
I'd be like Bobby Hill. I'd be called the Stick. And I'd be thinking, well, that's a cruel joke about my weight. God damn. The Stick? That's mean. You know?
Oh,
nope. That is funny, though.
All right. What rating did you guys give this movie?
I give this movie 4 stars.
I was thinking 3 stars.
I give it 3.5 stars.
Stanley gives it 96.
96 stars. That's a lot of stars.
Yeah, I know.
He really liked it. He likes
Well,
explosions.
He first went with 6, and then he's like, you know what? No, let's go to 96. I'm like, wow.
All right, it's in the show notes. 96 stars for Stanley. So next week's movie, I don't know if we're still going to do the Star Trek thing, or we're just going to go with whatever, since we're not really sure recording schedules with work and.
We can try the Star Trek thing. I don't know so I'm going to be off of work until the fire thing is somewhat resolved.
Okay.
Which will be when it starts raining.
Okay.
Probably.
All right. So what do we want to do? Which Star Trek do we want to do? We want to do original series. We want to do Next Generation.
We could start off with Gordon Ung's least favorite Star Wars movie or Star Trek movie ever, Star Trek 1, the stupidest movie in the world.
We could.
God damn, that one's bad.
I'm pretty sure the originals are basically every other one of the good ones anyway, so.
For sure, yeah. Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
number
feel-
4, yeah, that's right. That is right, because number 2 is pretty good.
Number 2 is Wrath of
3 is-
Khan.
Yeah. 3 is, I don't remember it. 4 was great. I loved that movie as a kid.
I think we're going to watch
Oh,
Wrath
man.
of Khan because he's a good villain, so.
He's a fucking great villain.
Yeah. Get some fucking Ricardo Montalban.
Who are you, Ricardo Montalban? I should try and fucking get that clip, and then you could play it.
Yeah.
Fucking Hank Hill. Probably get a fucking mark on us or whatever. A whip mark? No, a strike. That's what it's called.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters. We don't get any money for any of this shit, so.
Oh, that's
if
right.
we were making money, then that would be a problem, but we don't, so. Yeah, so next week we'll watch Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan.
Dude, that'll be fucking cool.
And just so everybody knows, we're doing this. I'm pretty sure we looked it up. In August is Gene Roddenberry's birth month, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
why we were doing that one. So yeah.
Yeah. Kelly, I think you'll like the Star Trek movie. I think it's pretty good.
Which one is this? I kind of spaced out.
Star
It's,
Trek Wrath of
Star
Khan.
Trek Wrath of Khan, the original series with the best captain ever,
Oh.
Captain Kirk. My opinion,
know,
anyways.
I'm sorry, I didn't honestly know they made Star Trek movies before the Star Trek with Chris Pine.
What
Oh.
the fuck?
I'm pretty sure, at least. I just knew there was like, I don't know.
You know, I'm really happy and mad that you didn't tell me that before we had Stan, because I don't know if I'd still be married to you after that comment.
God damn it!
Ouch! That's a big ouch. Rip off the band.
How in the fuck did you not know that?
Maybe
Oh,
I'm
man.
You haven't
dumb
seen
right
Star
now.
Trek 4, the one with the whale in
No.
San Francisco? One of the
No.
best little kid Star Trek movies in the world? That's
When
fucking
would I-
disgusting.
When would I be
You slap
able-
your parents in the fucking face over that one. Son of a bitch.
Wow.
Oh
No
man.
wonder you don't like sci-fi movies. I'm gonna hook Stanley with that one.
So yeah, we'll probably do. I would say we do 2 of the original movies and then 2 of the Next Generation movies, and because they didn't make
Sounds
any
good,
movies
dude.
for Voyager or Deep Space Nine, and as far as we know
No.
right now, they don't have any of the Discovery. You know, Discovery doesn't have any movies. I mean, shit, the fucking series is basically a movie at this point anyway. So Discovery and Picard have got that kind of money behind them. So yeah.
Well, it's like the Nemesis movie. I really like that one.
That'll be
I
definitely.
thought that was
that's
actually a really good movie. I mean,
definitely going to be.
I
One
know
we
it wasn't
watch,
like
so.
people were like, "Oh, it's so fucking good," but I really liked it. And it had 2 great people, it had Ron Perlman and Tom Hardy as villains. It's fucking good.
I'm thinking maybe we'll watch Generations because it's got both old and new,
Oh, that'd be
as
cool.
well
Yeah.
as Nemesis for the Next Generation stuff, and then we'll watch 2 and 4 for the original series.
Yeah, that sounds good. Then next year we'll have to watch.
We'll have to watch the bad ones. So maybe we should put a
We'll
bad
watch
one in
one of
here
the bad-
somewhere.
We should
But-
definitely watch one bad one.
But you really want to
mean-
watch 4 though, don't you?
You know, I might actually want to save that one, because what we could do is watch like 2 and 5 or 2 and 3. I think we're gonna pretend like 1 didn't exist.
Yeah, we'll do 2 and 3 because
Yeah.
I feel like it goes right into the next one. So do 2 and 3, and then we'll watch Generations and Nemesis then.
Yeah, the shitty part is if we watch, because I know we've already watched the new, like the
We've watched both of the
Chris
or all-
Pine.
yeah, both the new ones.
And what sucks is in the second one, you get to see what the young version of his wife or baby mama looks like. And then in 3, you're going to be like, oh, that's that lady, which is what happened to me.
Whose wife?
Okay, so the blonde chick in the Khan movie that's new,
Uh huh.
Okay, Marcus's daughter.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't remember her first name. Carol. Anyways, she is in 3, but they're older. Everybody's older.
Yeah. Okay. It's
Yeah.
been a
So
long
then
ass
you
time.
see, because I used to watch Star Trek all the time as a kid.
Yeah.
We had the VHSs. So, and that was something I could talk. My mom didn't mind Star Trek.
Yeah, and for me, the original series, I could never get into the series, but the movies I enjoyed, at least, the good ones. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
All
for
right.
sure.
So next week we'll talk about Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan. And if you guys have nothing else, that's going to be it.
No, I'm good.
No, that's good.
There we go. Oh, hey, that should be up front.
Hopefully we have internet and everything next week, and I won't have to drive somewhere to do it.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you guys like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Heroic Adventure Productions, twitch.tv/Turkider and youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions. You can follow us on Twitter @HAP Gaming. Follow me on Twitter @Turkider. Follow Eric.
On Twitter @Quick and Severe.
Follow Kelly.
On Instagram @muffins08 and TikTok @mama.muffins.
You can follow Jason on Twitter @Unbelievable1 and Ricky on Twitter Ricky on Immigrant Lucy92. You can also email us at Steve, Eric, Kelly, Jason, and Ricky @HAPgaming.com. Each one of those names individually @HAPgaming.com. You can find all the stuff I've been saying in the description on youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions and twitch.tv/Turkider Plays. That's going to be it, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. We'll talk to you guys on Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.